Good morning, my dear kids. So, in our last class, maybe a week back, we learned about the lesson Engine Trouble. I hope you all remember this lesson. In this particular lesson, we learned that the narrator won a road roller as the lottery on the Gymkhana grounds. And we also learned that he couldn't take this road roller home because it was such a huge engine, road engine. And what he decides to keep it on the Gymkhana ground. And at last, what happens? The municipality starts issuing orders to remove this particular engine from the Gymkhana ground, telling that there are new events coming up on the Gymkhana grounds. And at last, the narrator is forced to remove the road roller from that Gymkhana ground. We have to see what he does to remove the road engine from the Gymkhana ground. I became desperate. There was not a single person for 50 miles around who knew anything about a road engine. Meanwhile, the municipality was pressing me to clear out. I thought it over. I saw the priest of the local temple and managed to gain his sympathy. He offered me the services of his temple elephant. Now, what does the narrator do? Narrator didn't know what to do with this particular road engine, and nobody around knew how to transport the road engine. Now, but the municipality was very particular that this road engine has to be removed from the Gymkhana ground. Then the narrator decides to take the help of a priest in the nearby temple. And the priest tells that I will give you my elephant, the temple elephant, to remove this road roller. I also engaged 50 coolies to push the engine from behind. Now, only the elephant pulling the road roller was not enough. There has had to be some manpower behind it. So, the manpower was the 50 coolies, the 50 people whom he engaged for pushing the engine from behind. You may be sure this drained all my resources. The coolies wanted 8 annas per head, and the temple elephant cost me 7 rupees a day, and I had to give it 1 feed. My plan was to take the engine out of the Gymkhana and then down the road to a field half a furlong off. The field was owned by my friend. He would not mind if I kept the engine there for a couple of months, when I could go to Madras and find a customer for it. Now, what was the plan of the narrator? The plan of the narrator was to move that engine from the Gymkhana ground to a field nearby. Whose field was that? The field was owned by his friend. And if he could move the engine to the field, he could keep the engine in that particular field for a few months till he could get a customer to buy it. And in the meanwhile, he thought of going to Madras. Madras is the old name for Chennai. And he could make an arrangement for the selling of this particular road engine. But for this, what he had to do? He had to hire an elephant. How much was the cost of the elephant? The cost was 7 rupees a day. And not only that, he had to take 50 coolies who wanted 8 annas per head. So this made the narrator bankrupt. Bankrupt means he was left without any money because of this. It was a fine sight. The temple elephant yoked to the engine by means of stout ropes, and 50 determined men pushing it from behind. And my friend Joseph sitting in the driving seat. A huge crowd stood around and watched in great glee. The engine began to move. It seemed to me the greatest moment in my life. When it came out of the Gymkhana and reached the road, it began to behave in a strange manner. Instead of going straight down the road, it showed a tendency to wobble and move zigzag. The elephant dragged it one way. Joseph turned the wheel for all he was worth without any idea of where was he going. And 50 men behind it clung to it in every possible manner and pushed it just like that. Now, here what is happening? It was a very good sight for everybody to see, because you know that when anything is happening in a town, all the people come and stand there to see what is happening. Now, the elephant was yoked. Yoked means tied to the engine with big ropes. And 50 men were pushing the engine from behind. And his friend Joseph was on the driving seat. This is what was happening, children. See, we can see the men behind pushing the engine, the elephant tied to the front, and all the people are standing around. Can you see the picture where many people are standing around watching this? Now, this was actually a beautiful sight for everyone. But when the engine started moving, what happened? The engine, instead of going in a straight way, it started moving in a zigzag fashion. It started going here and there. And there was no idea where this engine was supposed to go and where it would hit somebody. As a result of this confused dragging, the engine ran straight into the opposite compound wall and reduced a good length of it to powder. Now, because of this pushing and the elephant moving the engine, at last what happens? This engine ultimately goes and hits a compound wall in the front area, and that compound wall breaks into pieces. Reduced a good length to powder means the part of the wall became broken. Now, after this, what happens? At this, the crowd let out a joyous yell. Now, the crowd started shouting. The elephant, disliking the behavior of the crowd, trumpeted loudly, strained and snapped its ropes, and kicked down a further length of the wall. The 50 men fled in panic. The crowd created a pandemonium. Someone slapped me in the face. It was the owner of the compound wall. The police came on scene and marched me off. Now, when they saw that the elephant had gone and hit the compound wall, all the people there started shouting. At this sound of people shouting around, the elephant became further irritated, and it just went and kicked another half of the wall. By then, the 50 coolies who were there, they ran away in fear. The crowd who had gathered there had created a pandemonium. Pandemonium means a total confusion. By then, someone comes and slaps on this narrator's face. Who was the person who slapped him? It was none other than the owner of that compound wall. By then, police comes there and takes away our narrator. When I was released from the lockup means jail, I found the following consequences awaiting me. There were many results of all these things happening. First one, several yards of compound wall to be built by me. Now the narrator had to build the compound wall which was broken by the elephant. Wages of 50 men who ran away. They would not explain how they were entitled to the wages when they had not done their job. But second one was to pay the money to those 50 workers. But the workers had not done any job, but still they had to be paid. The third one was Joseph's fee for steering the engine over the wall. Now Joseph was his friend who was driving the engine, right? So he had to be paid the money for that. Cost of the medicine for treating the knee of the temple elephant, which had received some injuries while kicking down the wall. Here again the temple authorities would not listen when I pointed out that I didn't engage an elephant to break a wall. The fourth one was the elephant's leg was injured because it kicked the wall and the wall fell down. But the temple authorities were not ready to listen that. So he had to pay money for that wounded elephant also. Last but not the least, the demand to move the engine out of its present station. The last demand was to take away this engine from the present place to somewhere else. I really could not find any means of paying these bills. When I went home, my wife asked, "What is this I hear about you everywhere?" I took the opportunity to explain my difficulties. She took it as a hint that I was asking for her jewels. And she lost her temper and cried that she would write to her father to come and take her away. Now the narrator is explaining them, like, how can I pay these bills? How is he able, how will he clear all these problems? Then he goes home and tells his wife, he sees his wife. Then wife immediately asks him, what is this I'm hearing about you? There are a lot of talks going on. Then the man takes the opportunity to explain his troubles to his wife. His wife thinks that he is asking her to help him by giving her gold jewelry. And she says, I will not give you anything. Instead, I will call my father and I will go to my father's house. I was at my wits' end. What do you mean by at my wits' end? That means he was ready to do anything at this point. That now everything was lost. So he wanted to do something. People smiled at me when they met me in the streets. I was seriously wondering why I should not run away to my village. I decided to encourage my wife to write to her father and arrange for her exit. Now he is thinking to run away from the village, but he decides that he should convince his wife to go to her father's house. Not a soul was going to know what my plans were. Nobody was knowing what his plans were. I was going to put off my creditors and disappear one fine night. Now the narrator decides to run away from that place in the night and ensure that he is not found anywhere. Let me stop at this point in this video, children. In the next video, we will continue the next part of the chapter. Thank you.